Hi everyone, Connie Stewart here with SimplySimpleStamping.com, and I am bouncing off the walls excited to share this card with you. I promise it's not just the 4 cups of coffee. This flashcard that I created today just made me so happy. Are you ready? Check it out. I know, right? Isn't that great? And yes, it is a flashcard. A flashcard just simply uses 2 pieces of cardstock and a card base, and that's it. And yes, it was created with just those 2 pieces of cardstock and nothing else. So let's go ahead and get started with this card. Now, if you haven't watched my first video in teaching you the technique for flashcards, I want you to take a moment to watch that. I'm going to go ahead and start actually with our basic black cardstock, and that's the bottom layer of our flashcard. I'm going to come in with the scallop oval, and I'm just going to punch a little window out of that from the bottom, just like that. And I'm going to take it and put it into an impressions folder. I'm using vintage wallpaper. Run that through your Big Shot, and when you do, it's going to look like this. And let's go ahead and now do the stamping portion. I'm going to take my Whisper White cardstock. I'm going to be using the basic black ink pad, but this is very important. The technique I'm going to teach you will only work with the new ink pads that Stampin' Up! Introduced in the 2012-2013 catalog. And so we're going to be doing some embossing, but remember, it has to be that new ink pad for this technique to work. If you don't have it, emboss as you normally would, but this is how I'm going to do it with these new ink pads. I'm going to be using the Artistic Etching stamp set because I designed this card for my daughter who loves anything pink and girly and anything Paris. Her whole room is everything chandelier and Eiffel Tower. So I'm going to start with the Eiffel Tower stamp. I'm going to put that down here in the bottom left-hand corner of my stamp set, or of my cardstock, and I'm going to sprinkle that with embossing powder. Next, I'll come in with the word Amore from the same stamp set, Artistic Etchings. I'm going to stamp that a little bit higher because I do have to punch, so I'm leaving myself room there. Sprinkle with embossing powder. These new ink pads do allow you to work that quick, but you do have to be ready with the embossing powder. Swiped this from the Fabulous Freezes stamp set, the word love, and we're going to get that on there. All right, so we've got all those stamped, and we're going to take our heat tool, and we're going to turn that on, and it's going to look like this because it's magic. And so we've got everything all embossed, so now let's do some punching. I'm going to use the oval punch and punch out the word Amore. I'm going to come in now with the jewelry tag. I told you, 4 cups of coffee, it'll do it. And punch out the word love. And oh, how I wish I had a punch for the Eiffel Tower, but I do not, so I'm going to cut it. And I gotta tell you, even though those of you who don't like fussy cutting, this stamp in particular is really not too hard to cut out because it's a lot of straight lines. Anyway, it's going to look like this when it's all done. So I've got all my pieces. I missed a piece. There we go. I've got my pieces ready to go. Now let's go ahead and start to work on the actual card itself. My cardstock that I'm going to be working with is an 11 by 4 1/4 standard half sheet piece of cardstock, 4 1/4 by 11. I've scored it at 5 1/2, and I've also scored it at 2 3/4, and folded it in kind of an accordion style. I'm going to take my basic black that I embossed, and on the back of it, just right above this thicker section, I'm going to put snail right in there. All right, and when I come in to adhere it onto my card, what I want to do is I just want to make sure, that I'm not letting any of the accordion fold part shine through. Let me show you what I mean, like that right there. See how I've just come right up to the edge so it doesn't show? So now that we have that, let's come in with that oval that was punched out and the word Amore. We'll put that together. And then this I'm going to adhere into that window. I've got a couple Stampin' Dimensionals on the back of this already. And we're just going to come in and put the word Amore right into that window. That way it'll pop. All right, easy peasy. Okay, a little bit more. I've got about 14 inches of our scallop ribbon, scallop polka dotted ribbon. Oh man, just polka dots just scream this whole Paris theme, don't they? So we will tie our ribbon. If I weren't doing a video, I probably would have spent a little more time making it look pretty, but we've got it on there. I'm going to come in with my Eiffel Tower. I've got some Stampin' Dimensionals on the back of that, and also some Stampin' Dimensional bones. You guys know about Stampin' Dimensional bones? Those are those edges. After you're all done with the Stampin' Dimensionals, you never know what to do with them. Ha! They're perfect for things like this. So let's adhere our Eiffel Tower on there. And then our little tag that says love, I'm just going to put a dot of snail and adhere that underneath my tag. Oops, I kind of went the wrong way. That's because I'm doing this upside down. There we go. So now let's do some magic to the inside. This is the part that I was just so excited about. I used one of the impressions folders, the designer label. Look at this. You guys are going to die. Check that out. Run that through your Big Shot. We're going to get that impression. We're then going to come in right underneath that with the vintage frame. Run that through the Big Shot. When we're all done, it looks like that. It's adorable. Add a few little rhinestones on there because, you know, Paris and bling, it just kind of goes together. And that is all there is to it. Another flash card. You keep those pieces ready at all times. Boom, flash card, done. Wow. So I hope you guys enjoyed this one as much as I have. I love how dramatically different it is from the other cards. Thanks so much for tuning in. Thanks so much for dealing with me and my hyperness on this card. I hope it inspires you to create some flashcards of your own. So thanks so much for watching. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.